It's Sunday, and that means one thing, and it's time for the iRacing Formula Renault 2.0 Championship Part 2. Of course, we do it every Friday night. We also do it every Sunday afternoon as well, as we welcome you to another edition of Racebot TV and iRacing Live that will start after these messages. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Sunday afternoon here. It's a part of a double header, of course. We've got the VLN going on as we speak right about now, but you've also got ourselves the Sunday edition of the Formula Renault 2.0 Championship. Will Vincent here along with Jake Sperry. And well, Jake, Sundays at Suzuka. You can't answer much more on a historic day, of course, in Formula 1. We have got to start by giving a congratulations to one of Sim Racing's own, Mr. Max Verstappen.
Yes, we do. Max Verstappen, a fantastic result then at Barcelona. He did everything he needs to do in that race. And well, hopefully there's going to be a few drivers doing everything they need to do in this race. Of course, qualifying underway here. Of course, it's 8 minutes. It's 2 laps of the circuit here in Suzuka. Well, it's like a tale of two cities. It's a tale of two sectors. Tight and twisty for the first part, and then flat out high speed for the second wheel.
You know what? I forgot the fact you've got a new microphone, but you sound fantastic. And hey, there you can see the Ferris wheel on the right-hand side of your screen. This is the only Figure 8 racetrack that's been used in Formula 1. It's one that the drivers love coming to. It's one that's seen so much controversy over the years. Of course, who can forget the likes of Ayrton Senna and Alain Prost, 1989 and 1990, and the moment in 2000 when Michael Schumacher finally got Ferrari a world championship for the first time in 21 years. He's had some great races over the years, had some heartbreak as well. We've got ourselves 2 minutes left of qualifying. Not really got many drivers out on track right now. Let's have a look though at your statistics for today's race. We are looking here for what will be a 15 lap race here, Jake, and it's going to be a fast one. 15 laps, track temperature 72 degrees, humidity 48, but the wind speed at 17 kilometers an hour, that is what will create issues, especially through sector number 1.
Most certainly, of course, the wind's always going to be changing, always going to flip yourself left, flick yourself right. Someone on track, though, who is down the order and has yet to set a representative lap time. It's that number 9 machine. It's Govan Keeney here, heading himself through 130R right now. Of course, it is going to be a challenge here. Only a 2:04 for the time being here. Casio Triangle then to finish off his lap into the right, into the left. And, well, he might be a very controversial figure, a bit like Fernando Alonso. He didn't finish today, but let's hope that Govan Keeney can, as will all the drivers as he comes across the line. Does he go quicker? 1:56.8, only P number 3.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we need to step aside very quickly. We'll be back with more after this.
These are the moments that define champions. Finding calm amongst chaos. Focus amongst distraction. Channeling nerves into confidence. Fear is not an option. Failure is the enemy. Do you have what it takes? Tighten your belts. Shut your visor. The battle begins now.
Welcome back to Suzuka, ladies and gentlemen. We do apologise for that. We had a bit of an issue. We'll call it a Wilvinson mess up, to put it the nice way. But we've got drivers then on the starting grid. There you can see it very, very quickly up on your screen. It will be Riccardo Castriolido then, who will bring the field to the green flag here today in the number 7 machine. You've got Kazuki Yamashima second. He will be fast. Govan Keeney in third. Lucas Scotch behind him in P number 4. Rest of the grid, we're going to cycle it through it very, very quickly. The guys are then ready. We are almost set to go racing for 15 laps here at this racetrack. Lights are on top of the gantry. Lights are off. 15 laps then, and we go racing now. Good start then by your top 2 drivers, but Govan Keeney gets himself a good start in towards turn 1. They head themselves for the first time. Now they work themselves on the exit of 2 through this fantastic sequence of corners. He's got a car off, Jake. He's going to go and do some off-road riding, but actually he's going to slow that car down because otherwise he's going to end up causing a huge moment. And actually, yeah, he does slow it down enough there so that we're going to be all right as the guys now head themselves through Dunlop Curve up towards the first of the 2 dangers.
Yes, and that was Mr. 2K Cup, Philippe Lebert, who got himself horribly wrong there at the outside of turn 2. Got it wrong, he put himself out wide still. A lot of two-wide battling here. David Rodriguez and Scott McIntyre going side by side into Degner 1. Oh boy, Hello, he got that one sorted beautifully to Scott McIntyre. Got the move sorted, he moves himself up another crucial position.
Trouble side, Clark Williams, a big incident. He's turned upside down. We saw parts of that one. It was into Denger number 2, and well, we always expect some craziness, but this one was a big one for Clark Williams, and as a consequence, he is out of this motor race, Jake.
What a shame, but battle for the leaders. Keeney to the inside on Riccardo Castrolado. He takes the lead on lap 1, and well, for Govan Keeney, he'll be looking to break away very, very quickly, but for Riccardo Castrolado, he will know that Govan Keeney does not have a cruise control and basically can work as hard as he can in order to force the mistake.
Yeah, indeed so. So there's Castrolado, then we'll go on board with him. He runs himself in P number 2 right now. Drafting will be a big factor in this race here today. Down in towards the triangle for the first time. And Lido will just get off the gas just for a moment behind Kazuki Yamashima, who lost himself one place at the start of this event. He's got himself a 4-car breakaway. At the rear of that one is Phil Reed. 4 cars breaking away.
Most certainly at the moment, Phil Reed looking to get his portal gun out and put himself through on Umashima, but don't forget his second pack as well, Will. You got David Rodriguez there, Scott McIntyre, Michael Mittner joining on the back of it. Also, you've got to deal with Mikel Lamaro, and just ahead of them, you've got Jukas Avalon and Lucas Scotch there. Bit of a defensive move to the inside there. Goes Scott McIntyre, being a little bit conservative for the time being, but you can see David Rodriguez now pulling himself onto the back, and well, he'll certainly try and get a run into Degner.
Indeed, so don't forget you can get social with us. Links are at the top of your screen. It is Keeney from Lido, then Kazuki Yamashima and Phil Reed. They are top 4 drivers there breaking away. We saw some 2-wide action down in your back. Philippe Leibert trying to come back through the field right now, running himself in P number 17, scrapping with Connor Barrow, and this is going to be the battle for P number 17. Bit of incidents going on ahead of them as well. Oscar Dominguez there, gone well off track in that number 22 machine. So Dominguez now in that number 22 machine. Well, he's down into P number 14. Out front, Keeney with a half-second advantage over Ricardo Castrolado. But actually now, that draft will be interesting to see what that number 7 Team France car can do on the run through Spoon and then down the backstretch.
Most certainly it will be, of course. It's going to be paramount to get that slipstream as you head towards 130R. Into Spoon, this double apex left-hander. It's an open start, but it tightens up and goes off camber towards the end. And well, looking at this, Umashima starting to drop off the pack. Same for Phil Reed as well. Seems that not working out there, but you've got to keep on remembering that down this field, you're going to look at Juka Savalainen, number 2, chasing down Lucas Gotch for the time being. You can see that gap is going to close and close even more here, Will.
Well, the gap's down to a 1/10 and a half of a second, but he's not going to be close enough into the triangle. So, Lido still remains himself in second place for the time being. A couple of drivers moving. They can see Philippe Leibert has moved himself now up in towards P number 16, recovering from his bad start. David Rodriguez versus Scott McIntyre. This one will be close as they exit the final corner. We're on board with David Rodriguez there, and he's going to look to the outside, down in towards turn number 1. Over the TNT racing machine of Scott McIntyre. Can he get enough there into that first corner? Answer's actually going to be no. Rodriguez will not be able to complete that pass.
Oh, well, brilliant late braking there, but look, the opportunity for the cutback presents itself, and now trying to run side by side here, trying to set the move up, trying to take a wider line, always trying to cut a little bit of time here. A little bit of time there is David Rodriguez, not doing enough, but remember, Michael Mittner on the back for LM Rennsport. He's going to be trying to pull himself back in here to this battle. It's certainly going to be interesting as the times start to tumble down here around the circuit of Suzuka.
It's actually worth noting also, Jake, this is going to be one of the shortest races in some ways that we'll do. It's only really a half-hour race compared to some of the other ones, and that means there is no time to waste.
Absolutely not. You've got to remember here that it's all about sprint here. 15 laps goes by so quickly, and where you just got to remember here that you've got to stay calm, you've got to stay collected here, and you cannot afford for one silly mistake in any part of the circuit, and that is so paramount, especially with the leaders here, because Castrolado, I think, is starting to close in once again on Govan Keeney.
Yeah, he seems to be faster in sector number 2 compared to, as we've got ourselves Rodriguez and looking to the outside of Scott McIntyre. Now, well, there's going wide, then there's going very wide, and that is just what David Rodriguez did there. He was well off at Spoon Curve, couldn't make the pass happen. We've got a guy off behind him as well, but Rodriguez there not able to complete that pass, and Castrolado not able to do anything either. Behind Bruno Fernandez Canosa, he is scrapping it out. That's actually a teammate there. We're on board with that driver, number 14 machine, and he just went off track there at Spoon Curve as well.
Yes, he did, and well, the car that went off alongside was a car known as Mikel Amaro there. Fernandez Canosa there in a fantastic scrap with Paolo Accurso here, and also Michael Mittner as well. Three-car train then down in your lower half of your top 10. A fantastic battle going on, as you can see. Hard to the right-hand side. Very defensive line being taken then here as well. They're going to go side by side. Accurso on Michael Mittner around the outside. Possibly the opportunity. It's going to be difficult to turn number 2, but Mittner, he's going to try the best, and he just gets it there. As I get my words muddled up, Paolo Accurso will have to stay behind for the time being. Indeed
so. Top 8 then, bottom of your screen as it stands. It's worth noting though, of the laps we've had so far, Giovinazzi has set the fastest lap of this motor race. So he's still pushing. The tyre drop off, it's not huge here at Suzuka. We can talk about that Japanese tarmac just a little bit. Oh, off! That's the car off there. P2 into the wall. Riccardo Casciolido. That's game over for him. And well, the race could well now be Giovinazzi's unless Omishima can do anything fantastic. And that one was down at Denga number 2. Out of nowhere, that driver pretty much going to be classified as out of the race. And he just caught the curb wiggling there on corner entry. Couldn't slow the car down as he was on the grass. And well, Jake, as it is, he's falling down the pack mighty fast.
Yes, he is. He's pushed a little bit too hard in trying to close that gap. You could see it was a lot closer than 4/10 when they got to the Degnas. And, well, it's all gone horribly wrong. He's still running there. He's running behind Juka Savalainen for the time being. So that will be P number 6 right now. But you can see just how crucial it is. And we don't know how much damage he potentially has. But you just got to stay careful here as they head themselves now up onto the bridge of this figure 8 section here. Quite a few battles still going on. Fernandez Canosa and Accurso, they are still going hammer and tongs.
They are indeed. Kazuki Omishima now takes on the role of P number 2. You see the gap between himself and Giovinazzi about 1.4 seconds. This is going to be the gap at the line. It's just to let you know, Accurso's had himself an incident as well. There you can see a big-ish incident down out the triangle. 2 drivers involved. Replay of that one then coming up. And well, Jake, it seems to be like the dingers and also the triangle are the 2 places where you don't want to be here today, because we've had ourselves now an incident at both of them. And the car looks down to the inside that time. And well, that was a dive bomb. I'm sorry.
Yep, I'm going to admit that one as well. That's a dive bomb on Michael Mittner. Mittner did everything. He tried to give as much room as he can, but it hasn't worked out. He's put himself in the wrong position. And now, looking at Paolo Accurso, the guy who was involved with that one, he's now got to deal with 2K Cup behind him. Yes, that is Philippe Lebert, who's going to be trying to find a way through, getting experience for the 2K Cup race later tonight. And well, it's still a good train here. You've got George Wiseman now heading up the group here in that number 13 machine. He'll be doing everything to try and get away because he still has Fernandez Canosa there, who's just got a lucky break.
Indeed so. Well, one thing that has happened though is that Kazuki Omishima has closed up a little bit, and the last time by, he was faster than Giovinazzi. So Omishima smells blood in the water now. Of course, the hometown hero looking to do something here today. Lap 5 of 15. For those of you just joining us, it's worth noting that the wind speed is high, 17 kilometers an hour. Track temperature 72 degrees Fahrenheit. So air temperature 72. The track temperature is actually a bit hotter, Jake. That is 98 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yes, it is, and well, it's incredibly hot, which means that you're not going to see too many instances of oversteer happening. More likely, you're going to see understeer happening here today, and we're actually something to look at here. Lucas Gotch and Phil Reed here battle for the final step on the podium. Lucas Gotch is closing in a treat as they head themselves towards Casio Triangle. Will he make the move? No, he's going to wait. He's going to be a wise man to get the pun involved here as he heads himself now into the final corner and on towards that front straightaway.
Oh my word, we just had a crazy near miss there. Paolo Accurso, he danced to the inside on the number 22 machine of Oscar Dominguez right at the final second. Philippe Lebert's now moved himself back up into P number 12, but that was almost a high-speed crash there. Of course, that's the corner that we had ourselves a Toyota in qualifying, having one of the craziest accidents I have ever seen in my life. But well, Lucas Gotch, there you can see it's actually got side by side with Accurso and Dominguez. Turn number 1 and 2, they will come there, and round the outside it should well be the number 22 machine gonna get past there to Dominguez in P13, back ahead of Paolo Accurso. Still so much action going on. Let's go back though to Gotch. Let's ride on board with him for a couple of corners as he scraps it out with Phil Reed.
Yes, most certainly. You can see them running in through Degner now. There, the second one a little bit wide there from Phil Reed up ahead, and this is going to allow an opportunity down into the hairpin here. A good blocked line there from Phil Reed, has an incredibly high race pace as they head down to the hairpin. They're lovely. A little bit of a lock-up, though. That's going to maybe flat spot the tyres just a little bit as they head themselves now through this right-hander. Not exactly a straight, but you're going flat out regardless. You can see a little twitch, another little twitch here. And, oh, he tries to go for the inside. He muscles his way for the move. It's going to be the outside. It's a spoon. It's not going to happen, but that is tenacity to try and find the gap there. Great awareness there from Phil Reed.
That's a bit like Ryan Hunter-Ray at Indy a couple of years ago. We're in the month of May. We'll act like we're in the month of May, but Gotch will get himself another opportunity quite surely as they now come down towards 130R again. We've seen one crazy pass. We're going to see another. Gotch down to the inside there. Oh, but out on the outside line, holding him for a moment. It will go wide, will Phil Reed, but Phil Reed holds on for the moment, and Gotch says that, hey, another inside line, but they actually had to get out the gas just a tiny bit, and that means that Phil Reed remains in third place.
Yes, it does. Phil Reed is doing everything to defend. Of course, he doesn't have the slipstream there to help, and well, you can see right now Lucas Gotch an opportunity into 1 and 2. You can see moves to the inside here, going to go for the easy option here on Phil Reed here, down to the inside, makes it look comfortable, piece of cake, put yourself on the podium for the time being, but look at the leaders' gaps just come down under a second.
Yeah, as we just saw there, Rodriguez versus McIntyre scrapping it out 4 positions, but out front, Kazuki Yamashima, as our cameras decided to just crash into a tree, literally there. Oops. Govankini, Kazuki Yamashima, that gap is 8/10 of a second as it stands, and there is the Radicals Online machine of Kazuki Yamashima, last time by 2/10 faster than Govankini, and well, Yamashima, we've seen him before in this series. We've seen him in the iRacing World Championship Grand Prix Series. Umashima, when he gets that hammer down, there's very few as fast as him.
There are very few that's fast as him, and I thought Keeney would be one of the drivers who would be looking to try and challenge that. Umashima is putting in some sensational lap times here. Just to get a comparison of fast lap to fast lap. His fast lap, Umashima's a 56.8. You look at Govankini at 57 flat, so Umashima, fastest man on track at the moment here, head themselves down into spoon. No real threat going on for the time being, but Keeney will have to look in his mirrors more and more because Umashima is looming large as McIntyre and Rodriguez are going to go at it again.
Indeed so there is McIntyre, there is Rodriguez. We're going to have a look from the rear of the driver of Scott McIntyre. Actually, McIntyre gets a much better run out of Spoon Curve, and that means that Rodriguez will have to sit behind just for the moment.
Yes, there was a little bit of contact actually down Spoon. David Rodriguez running into the back there of Scott McIntyre. It doesn't look like there's been any damage there, and oh, that's a very cheeky line there, cut back across. In for 130R, though one movement was used up. Ideally, he did have the right to do it, but they're going to go side by side for the triangle. First part's not going to work. Second part, there, chop that no, Scott McIntyre. David Rodriguez now's got to remember that Bruno Fernandes-Canosa is lurking behind.
We are halfway and change already. There is Bruno Fernandes-Canosa running himself, and he's going to go down to the inside, down towards turn number 1 there, side by side. Hey, these 3 are teammates, but they are still pushing very, very hard in towards 1. There's a number 14 machine. He should get the advantage over Rodriguez, but Rodriguez will hold on. You're going to have to try and sweep it around it. Nah, he can't do so. So actually, Rodriguez will hold on for just 1 moment. Moves and shakers in the race so far, left-hand side of your screen. Shout out Scott McIntyre up P6 from where he qualified.
Yes, he is, and he's doing a fantastic job as well at that, and where you can see exactly what he's doing. He's pushing himself. He's just managed to get the break now from Rodriguez and Fernandes-Canosa as well. That's going to be one to look out for, but you got to keep talking about those leaders because look at Umashima. He is right on the back of Govankini now, and this could be the opportunity as they head the run to Spoon. Umashima with a chance, maybe he'll just wait for the opportunity at 130R, but it just seems that he's not going to do it. No, he's not going to make the move, but he did show the door there. He did show that he had an opportunity.
So here we are then on board of Kazuki Yamashima, and actually Govankini was a little bit slower onto the gas lap time by. There's the speed graphic, and I'm having a look. Yeah, Umashima does have a straight line speed advantage with the draft. Are you going to do it into 130R, or are you going to wait? Well, he's going to wait for the time being when he try and dance himself down to the outside. He will go in towards the triangle. He is side by side as they come in, but Govankini holding that inside line well. Govankini will retain the race lead for a moment, but Umashima then slower under power on the exit of the triangle, and Kazuki can breathe easy for just one more moment.
Yes, he can breathe easy for just one more moment here, but he's going to have to remember now that Umeshima is flying right now, and Keeney has to just be wary. He's got to be careful about every move. They've made the gap. They have 5 seconds to Lucas Gotch in the Hydroforce racing machine. He'll be looking to try and start getting hammer time down here. And, well, actually, they're going to go side by side down the front straight away. McIntyre and Rodriguez. 3. Hello, Scott McIntyre to the inside. He holds on for the time being there. Fantastic battling. Cut back. No, not an opportunity.
Yeah, they think about it in towards the first part of the S's. Not going to happen, though. There is a look at these S's, and there's a look at this absolutely fabulous racetrack. That is Suzuka. You can see it there on your screen. The guys working themselves now through Dunlop Curve. Umeshima, once again, is close as it stands. Retirees out the race. Well, we've had 4 so far, Jay. Javier Carvello, Dylan van der Berg, Clark Williams, and Jordi Lopez Jr.
Yeah, it's a shame for these guys. It's certainly going to be one where you're going to see quite a few guys pushing too hard here, finding themselves with a few mistakes, but it's nice to see that we still have 19 cars all on the lead lap, all fighting, scrapping for position as well.
18.
Well, make that 18 now, because certainly we've had an incident apparently, but look at this train heading up now behind Scott McIntyre.
Yeah, and it's Oscar Dominguez that we could just see. We're on board with him. He's just had himself an incident, and he is going to be classified now as well down the field. I'm actually not quite sure where he has this one, but he does have an incident. We'll just stick it with this replay. It's not going to work, unfortunately. Sorry. We try. Umeshima, again, 2 tenths of a second. Through the 130R. Would he try a lunge? Like Senna? No. Stays where he is.
Because if you don't go for a gap, you're not a racing driver. Well, he's looking at that.
Oh!
Actually, Keeney's going to go round in the race lead there, pushing too hard, too much to defend. He's going to put himself in front of the line, and Lucas Gott. Hello, he's down onto the podium still, but here comes Phil Reed, and now that is a big mistake for Keeney. I said it before, he doesn't have a cruise control, and that shows because he's pushing too hard.
Yeah, let's get ourselves a replay up if we can of this one. We're going to try and find it. Gavin Keeney's actually now down into P number 4.
Actually, he's just tagged Phil Reed. Oh, my word.
Oh, we'll get ourselves a replay then of that one. It's all gone from bad to worse for Gavin Keeney. You can just see he loses it down out the chicane. We'll stick it with this replay then, because he lost himself 2 positions. He's lost himself more. And, well, Gavin Keeney, P1 down to P number 5, Jake.
Yes, it's not happened at all here, and Keeney was pushing too hard, desperate to try and hold 3rd place there. It was a little bit too tight with Phil Reed. Reed tried to give him the room wasn't there, and well, he's gone and lost that position as well. Luckily for Phil Reed, he's going to maintain 3rd position, but right now, Kazuki Umashima's on an island. He's got 5 seconds of an island.
Indeed, so let's urge ourselves, if we can, one more look at this one as they work themselves down towards turn number 1. You'll see there on the left-hand side is the driver of Reed, but while Keeney, it's gone from bad to worse for him now. Well, they say he's a controversial race car driver. That is one of the reasons why it is now Kazuki Umeshima who leads this motor race, and he leads it by 4.5 seconds over Lucas Gott. Then Phil Reed in 3rd. We have to ask the question, though, whether or not Phil Reed has any damage from that incident, Jake.
Yes, I mean, all you've got to do is look at the lap times from Duca Savaline and compare it with Phil Reed. Not this time by, but next time by. That's going to be the crucial one here, because it's interesting to see Savalainen here. He's in that range where he could close up in the next 2 or 3 laps. Of course, we've got 5 to go when they cross the line, but McIntyre, David Rodriguez 4. Hello, 130R side by side. Oh, there's a touch. And Leibert's going to try and thread the needle. Is he? No, he's going to go to the outside. He's going to get the brakes, and it's an over break for Scott McIntyre. He closes up, and still David Rodriguez wants a PT action. Stunning battling.
Oh, this is fantastic. This is why we give you 2 of these broadcasts a week, because 1 just isn't good enough. There we are then, our aerial coverage in towards turn number 1. We've mainly got teammates here, and they've got a TNT racing car. He's like the Rogue Warrior right now. He's in the same colours, but he's trying to do something just a little bit different. In fact, no. Oh, they almost made contact again. They are TNT drivers. I was right all along, and it's almost like a TNT racing school going on down here in this field. And well, 4 of them are now separated by nothing on track. And Jake, it seems to be these TNT guys like battling with each other.
Yeah, do they want to go to Lime Rock and enroll in the Skip Barber 2000 school? Because this is what it's feeling like at the moment here. As Leibert runs a little bit wide, he's going to drop a position possibly. Canosa is going to have to try and look to the outside, but no. Fantastic blocking in the middle of the track. Nothing going to happen there. Leibert's toe experience. He knows exactly where to place the car as they head through the two Degners.
Yeah, indeed. There was a fantastic angle on the exit of Degner number 2 then. We're having a look at this ongoing battle going on. The one for the race lead, I wouldn't say it's calmed down, it's non-existent anymore, but there's a look then from up above, and there is Mikel Lamarox in that machine. In fact, we're going to ride a couple of corners on board of him. Oh, look at that, it's a RaceBot logo. Sup? But the number 8 car then running in P number 11, and Jake so far this race up 4 places, way qualified.
Yes, he is, and remember, he did have a massive twitch down at Spoon earlier on in this race, and for Lamoureux, he's got to try and push and keep himself in. He's in this train, which has Canosa, Leibert, Rodriguez, McIntyre. They're all going to be there scrapping, and he's looking to try and pick up some tidbits there. As you look at McIntyre, he's going to go and have number 5 battle here, down through 130R, repeat of last lap, round the outside, here we go. David Rodriguez there makes that one look comfortable. Will he have the opportunity down into 130R? The brakes, oh, there's contact, and they're going to slide. Shades of centre across, and Leibert gets a little bit of contact as well, turns himself around.
Yeah, and it's all gone worse from there. You got Cardosa and Leibert. It was like dominoes for a moment there. They fall like dominoes indeed. We're on board. Well, there is Philippe Leibert. That's the back end of the incident, but that number 1 machine will not be best pleased with that one, because that's going to be a huge impact on his iRacing. You can see there that he avoided the first part of it, then tagged, couldn't slow down enough, then gets turned around. Philippe Leibert, well, that's a bit like actually Austria 1999. Drivers running into each other, or maybe 2 Mercedes running into each other. Rule number 1 of racing, never hit your teammate, Jake.
True, Leibert is now out of your motor race. He will not take any more chances there. Philippe Leibert's gone, but now this is a promotion for everyone else. And well, we were talking about Mikel Lamaroux. We said that he just had to avoid the landmines, pick up the tidbits, and he certainly has done. He's now in a top 10 position. Actually, something to note, the battle that was for first and second at the start of your race is coming back. Keeney and Castro Lado. Here's the battle for 5th. Head up towards the hairpin here. Nope, not going to happen yet, but the run to Spoon is so vital.
Oh yeah, and only 3.5 laps to go in this one. Car off behind him as well, and that was the Scott McIntyre battle. It was Mikel Lamaroux who decided that he wanted to go and do a bit of off-road driving. So much incident and drama here at Suzuka. 3.5 laps to go, and of course Jake, we're doing a similar thing later on tonight.
Yeah, a few more laps there, and of course 1 pit stop mandatory required. It's going to be a stunning race there. 50 cars as well, so double the grid, double the action, double the anticipation. But Castro Lado right now here on Govan Keeney. He's going to look to the inside there. He didn't defend enough, did Keeney, down that line. Here we go. Alonso Schumacher possibly here as they head through 130R side by side. Don't count out Rodriguez. 3 wide. You bet we're going to have 3 wide down into the Casio triangle. Great tenacity there from Rodriguez. 2 for the price of 1, and 2 incredibly esteemed drivers as well.
What a pass we just saw there. What a pass indeed. Get ourselves a second look at that one, because that one was fantastic. This is one to put in the archives, if anything. There we are. 2 wide, 3 wide. Go 3 wide into the triangle. Oh, yeah, you can. Only if you're one of the world's best open-wheel sim racers. And these 3 drivers made it look easy. Yeah, a little bit of beating and banging. Govan Keeney once again side by side with Ricardo Castrolido as they head themselves now through the S's, and Keeney there. He gave a little bit of a tap to Ricardo Castrolido, but he has to fall back in line because you can't really go too wide for the S's.
No, you can't. You sacrifice way too much time, but there is something that you do need to look at here with just 2 laps to go after this, and that is Savalainen and Phil Reed. 58 flat meets 57.7. That is 0.3 of a second. Gap is now under a second. He's going to be caught by the end of the race. Something to look at. Keeney now. Oh, contact from McIntyre behind.
Ah, it carries on then, and that was Scott McIntyre scrapping it out with Keeney as they come down side by side behind them as well. In towards a hairpin they come. 2 laps left of this motor race to go. The Savalainen thing, he has dropped a couple of attempts so far on this lap, so we'll keep it with your mid-pack. We'll go on board with Scott McIntyre down into towards Spoon. As soon as they come out of here, it's going to be a drag race, and it's worth noting Govan Keeney has lost a second to Castrolido in this lap.
Yes, there might be some very significant damage there on that car. He will not be too pleased with that, and he'll be trying to get as much as he can out of it. But you can see now just how much the slipstream effect is going to happen here. Move to the outside there very quickly there. Keeney's got nothing. Keeney has damage on that car. He'll have to fall in line 1. He'll probably have to fall in line 2 because behind him, Mikel Amaro is going to possibly have a look down into the triangle. Well, no, he's going to wait behind for the time being there. Big twitch, though, from Keeney. Down into the triangle here, 2 to go, and well, this has certainly been some stunning racing.
What a battle we've got going on now. There's 5 drivers all scrubbing it out to remain inside your top 10, and there we can see they all go defensive in towards turn number 1, and Gavin Keeney, he's going to blink, he's going to try and go to the outside. In fact, no, Mikel Amarok, they're free wide in towards turn number 1, and a car's all the way off. That is that one. It is Mikel Amarok, and well, he'd tell you one thing, he does hold on. But, oh, now the number 10 machine will be alongside him. That is Paulo Acurso. And actually, yep, the number 8 machine has to let him go. Almost tags him from the rear behind him. Free wide into the triangle can work. Free wide in towards turn number 1, maybe not so much.
Not so much there. It's really difficult. You're all trying to hug the same line, and well, 3 into 1 sometimes just doesn't seem to squeeze. It was a difficult effort. It was a good effort. Keeney made the late move. I think that's what's taken Lamaro by surprise, but you do have to remember that room was given and there was no real contact made.
So, Scott McIntyre in P number 7 right now. We're just having a look on board with him. Then we've got ourselves Gavin Keeney behind. Look at this train, though. Look at this train from the rear, Paulo Acurso. That one is very, very close right now. A lot of these guys, actually, are going to be scored within about 5 seconds of each other. So, one little stand up at the end of this motor race, and it will be dramatic for them. Yuka Sovalainen, by the way, he has fallen back again 4 tenths of a second this lap, Jake. So the battle for the podium looks to be over.
Yes, it does. Phil Reed's done very well. He's held on. I know him quite personally, and he's done a fantastic job. He knows that his qualifying's not always the best, but when it comes to race pace, well, he's one of the best out there. And, well, you can see exactly what's going on here. Curso closing on Keeney like a hurricane. Little bit of a move to the inside. Lamoureux's going to go to the outside. No room given. Lamoureux's going to have to go and take the escape route. Here, Keeney still trying to defend. Down into the triangle. Is there going to be a move? Yes, they're going to remain side by side. Room is given, but Keeney holds on just for now.
Oh, my word. White flag out. One more lap to go here at Suzuka. And you can see Gavin Keeney then. Look at that car coming behind. That's Michael Mittner. And they go free wide once again in towards turn number 1. Can they make it work this time? By the way, it won't be free wide into 1 itself. But Michael Mittner, he moves himself then up a position. Actually, that is the number 10 machine of Paulo Acurso, who is charging once again. Then Mittner, then Keeney's lost out. Maybe there may have been a little bit of damage to that number 9 machine of Gavin Keeney, because he is falling like a rock on this white flag lap, Jake.
Yes, he is. It's an absolute shame there. He had the potential to win this race, and no, he's going to be fighting further down. He's got Lamoureux behind him again, and actually behind him, George Wiseman looking for a move there to the outside of Degner. Oh, hello. Outside of Degner's not going to work, is it? No, it's not. There's contact. It's ended in tears because 3 around there. That's in George Wiseman. That's also Domenico Domeno, and that is not how everyone wanted that one to end.
It wasn't. We'll get ourselves a replay of that one after this motor race. But there is so much that we've got to scrap for right now. Here's Kazuki Omishima heading himself there through the final couple of corners. And Kazuki Omishima going to head himself down into the final couple of corners for the final time. He is the Japanese warrior here today. Kazuki Omishima will win at Suzuka. And it is a dominant victory when all is said and done. Lucas Scott's then going to come. Oh, you know what? Umishima fast up in the motor race. The final time. If you want to be Sebastian Vettel-esque, there is your opportunity, Jake.
Oh, most certainly. Fantastic result, but it's still not over. Castrolado and Scott McIntyre there. No, Castroledo's going to have to play fetch there against Scott McIntyre. McIntyre's going to take that one. Mittner will take a Curso over the line. Keeney, well, he holds on. Lamoureux, Canabossi, and wow, actually still battling going on Domenico Domeno and Oscar Dominguez. Here as they head through the triangle chicane. Nothing going on there.
Yeah, there you can see a replay of what happened down at the Dinger. We can see 1 car, 2 car, 3 car, synchronized spinning moments there. And well, it was a bold move by Lamoureux in the first place, but as a consequence, more happened behind them. Mikel Lamoureux's not the day he would have wanted in the end. You can see that from our aerial coverage. It almost looked as though they were doing spinneroonies all by themselves. Govankini was able to benefit out of that one, but it was Mikel Lamarog. Some would argue that really was the cause of that incident by trying to go to the outside and the final lap of this motor race down at the Dengers. Let's get yourself then an opportunity to get yourself wondering what is going to happen. Here is your final race results as a championship then getting closer to its conclusion. Here on Racebot TV, there you are. Imashima wins. Koch in second. Phil Reed in third. Yuka Sovalainen in fourth. And David Rodriguez rounding out your top 5 overall. A fantastic race here today, Jake.
Yeah, we've seen everything under the sun. Instance, 3 wide, stunning battling, a few crashes here and there as well. And well, everyone's going to take something out of that race. And don't forget, 2K Cup later on. All the same again, Suzuka. It's certainly going to be one to look for.
Yep, so there's a look at the remainder of your field. This, ladies and gentlemen, has been Formula Renault. But, of course, there's another race going on right now. It's VLN. Let's have a quick listen to what's going on over there.
So they're all onto pit road. This is going to be the battle of the pit stops. See who's basically feeling bravest of how much fuel they put in that car there, Cam.
Well, hopefully we will see as Alexander Minia is pulling that car. He's parked in his, and it looks like right now it's going to be Miko Melkila getting in that Gecko Vortex Sim Racing 111. And
so there we are. It's happening. Someone's getting into a Vortex Sim Racing car. Want to check that one out? It's still streaming live on iRacing Live. That's all we got time for here today. Thank you so much for being a part of our broadcast. And we shall talk to you all next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.